So I've received a lot of messages from people wanting me to give my take on the Kyle Rittenhouse situation. Everything I'm about to say right now is based on all the information that is available right now as of August 28th, 2020. A lot of people are saying that Kyle Rittenhouse went to Kenosha looking for trouble, that he was a vigilante, that he was trying to play cop. And there are some people who are saying that he was just there to help protect property and protesters. So let's hear what he has to say on why he was there.
What are you doing out here? Obviously you're armed and you're in front of this business we saw burning last night. So what's up?
So people are getting injured and our job is to protect this business, and part of my job is to also help people. If there's somebody hurt, I'm running into harm's way. That's why I have my rifle, because I need to protect myself, obviously, but I also have my med kit.
A lot of people feel some type of way about Kyle bringing an AR-15 with him to this protest/riot. And I get it. Why bring a rifle to a peaceful protest? Well, sometimes protests turn to riots, and an AR-15 is one of the most effective self-defense tools in the world. That's why it's the most popular rifle in the country right now. I know seeing someone carrying an AR-15 makes some people uncomfortable, but also you can't blame someone for wanting the best means of protection when they're going into what could turn out to be a dangerous and volatile situation. And let's be clear, there are a lot of protesters and rioters with guns at this protest/riot. However, there is the issue of legality. Kyle is 17. In Wisconsin, any person under 18 years of age who possesses or goes armed with a dangerous weapon is guilty of a Class A misdemeanor. So on the surface, Kyle was carrying his rifle illegally, but Wisconsin law has an exception that says that this law only applies if the person has a short-barreled rifle or a short-barreled shotgun, or the person doesn't have a certificate of accomplishment to obtain hunting approval. Kyle may or may not have this certificate. He didn't have a short-barreled shotgun and he didn't have a short-barrel rifle. I don't know if he had the certificate. However, my gut tells me Wisconsin wasn't trying to carve out an exception that lets minors open carry during a protest/riot. And the other exception, for the most part, was speaking towards hunting. Then there are the people saying Kyle shouldn't have been there because there was an 8 p.m. curfew, and they'd be right. But that also means the protesters and the riots and everyone else shouldn't have also not been there. I'm not really a fan of any 17-year-old being at a protest/riot. I know 40-year-olds who don't have the mental maturity to deal with the dynamics of a riot, much less an impressionable 17-year-old. But we send 18-year-olds to fight people in other countries. So I can't really say anything to a 17-year-old who wants to help protect businesses and people in his country. And there are a lot of people making a big deal about the fact that Kyle drove in from Antioch, Illinois. The drive from Antioch to Kenosha is 30 minutes. That's shorter than a lot of people's daily commute. Anthony Huber, the kid with the skateboard who was shot and killed, he lived in Silver Lake. That's a 30-minute drive to Kenosha. Gage, the guy with the gun, lived in West Allis, and that's a 49-minute drive to Kenosha. So it's safe to say that all of them should not have probably been there and just stayed home that day. But none of them did. So we're here. In Wisconsin, deadly force can only be used if a person reasonably believes that such force is required to avoid death or great bodily harm. There is no duty to retreat unless you are an initial aggressor. If you are the initial aggressor, you can only use deadly force if you reasonably believe all means to escape great bodily injury or death has been exhausted. Kyle was with a group of armed men guarding a gas station. I don't know why or how it started, but at some point there was a confrontation between Joseph Rosenbaum. I don't know if it was just verbal, physical, or both, but there was some sort of confrontation between Kyle and Joseph.
Everything you got, shoot me. Shoot me. Bust on me, for real.
Now, at some point before the shooting, a guy by the name of McGinnis interviewed Kyle.
And then what about these guys up on the roof?
Their job is to provide overwatch to protect me also.
Gotcha.
They're protecting everybody on the roof. They're protecting each other.
Understood. And
We're running medical, and we're going in and we're getting people.
And what about, are you from the area?
I am from the area.
What brought you out here tonight? You just wanted to provide medical attention?
Provide medical attention to people that need it. If somebody's injured, like, you get hurt, I'm grabbing you.
Have you encountered any issues yet thus far with law enforcement or anything like that?
We were trying to come and set a fire at the church. So we went to the church and we de-escalated the situation, telling them they need to leave or they will be detained and further arrested.
This church right over here.
That church right there. And we stomped the fire out all the way down at the school.
Wow. Do you think it would have been different if the police had to try to stop them from setting the fire?
I feel like there would be a lot more casualties and a lot more people injured. So I think the police are fine where they're at. And like us we're in the medical because EMS is not coming in. So
Yeah.
So us citizens, we need to help each other. Me and him are out here running and seeing if people need medical attention.
But speaking of which, we need to go check to see if somebody got hurt again.
All right.
Understood.
You want to follow us? You're fine.
Yes, sir.
After the shooting, McGinnis was interviewed by detectives where he said before Kyle reached the parking lot and ran across it, Kyle moved from the middle of the Sheridan Road to the sidewalk. And that is when he saw Rosenbaum trying to engage Kyle. As Kyle was walking, Rosenbaum was trying to get closer to Kyle. When Rosenbaum advanced, Kyle did a little juke move and started running. At the same time, there were other people that were moving very quickly and they were moving towards Kyle. And that according to what he saw, Kyle was trying to evade all of these people. This then results in Kyle being chased by Rosenbaum, who then throws an object at Kyle. The object misses Kyle, and because Kyle's clearly not a very fast runner, the guy catches up to Kyle and corners him. And this is when Kyle shoots him. McGinnis is the guy in the video you see standing next to Kyle trying to help Rosenbaum. McGinnis told investigators that Rosenbaum was trying to get Kyle's gun. When asked by detectives if Rosenbaum had his hands on the gun when Kyle shot, McGinnis stated that Rosenbaum definitely made a motion that was trying to grab the barrel of the gun and that Kyle pulled it away and then raised it, and then right as they came together, Kyle fired. I think it's pretty reasonable to assume that if someone is chasing you and throwing objects at you, and then when you're cornered by them, they try to take your gun away from you, at best, you're at risk of great bodily injury, and at worst, risk of death. Also understand the aggressor in a situation can change in the blink of an eye. If Kyle was the initial aggressor, but is now running away like he is in the video, Kyle's no longer the aggressor. The person chasing him is, because Kyle running away from this guy is no longer a threat to this guy. So the dynamics of a self-defense can change instantly based on the conditions or continued actions of the parties involved. Once Kyle was running away, legally, the guy chasing him is now the aggressor. After Kyle shoots the first guy, he stays by the guy and makes a phone call saying that he just killed someone. As he's doing this, he hears, and you can clearly hear someone say, "Get that." And that's when Kyle takes off running again, because there is a group of people coming after him, as you can see here. At this point, Kyle is being chased by what is essentially a mob. To be fair, most of the people chasing Kyle at this point don't have the full context of what happened. But as is the case in a lot of these situations, there are a lot of bad actors who will take advantage of the chaos and engage in unnecessary violence. So they hear, "Get him, he just shot someone." And they see a white kid with an AR-15 running down the street, and they just attack without asking any questions. Here you see someone run up to Kyle and try to hit him with something, much the same way Rosenbaum did. The only difference is Kyle is not cornered, so he continues running away from the guy and the mob. However, a few seconds later, Kyle trips and falls to the ground. When this happens, you can clearly hear someone say, "Get his ass." At this point, Kyle has nowhere to go because as soon as he falls, they try to swarm and attack him, and his back is literally against the ground. Now, if Kyle just started shooting blindly, this legally would not have been self-defense, but he doesn't. He only shoots the people who are clearly attacking him. This was a group of people attempting to attack him because they felt that it was justified because all they know is that this guy just shot one of their people, so they're trying to do something about it. However, from Kyle's perspective, he just shot a guy who he felt was trying to kill him. And this mob thinks he murdered that guy in cold blood. And now they want to kill him also. And he can't get away because he's on the ground with nowhere to go. And all of this is being confirmed in Kyle's mind because right now there are literally people running towards him trying to physically attack him. He immediately gets attacked almost simultaneously by two guys, one of which is using a skateboard to attack him. No, a skateboard is not a weapon, but it can be used as one to commit serious bodily injury or death. And this guy is clearly trying to hit him with the skateboard. Not to mention, he's being attacked by multiple people at once. So Kyle shoots the guy with the skateboard and the other guy attacking him. Now, this is when Gage runs up on Kyle, but Kyle points the gun at him and he stops for a second. And then for whatever reason, he continues to run towards Kyle again. And so Kyle shoots him. But here's the kicker. This guy had a gun in his hand. And if we believe what his friend posted on Facebook, where he says the kid shot Gage as he drew his weapon and Gage retreated with his gun in hand, I talked to Gage, to his only regret was not killing the kid and hesitating to pull the gun before emptying the entire mag into him. So again, legally, this is self-defense. Yes, the people attacking Kyle think he just murdered someone, but they are attacking him, not defending themselves from him to prevent death or great bodily injury. So under the letter of the law, they are the aggressor at that moment. And because they have disparity of force, i.e. way more people than him, and weapons or objects being used as weapons, Kyle is legally justified to use deadly force to stop them. So as a lawyer, unless some new information comes out that shows Kyle was the initial aggressor and he had a way to retreat, legally, I don't think he'll be convicted of murder. Personally, I wish he would have just stayed home. Hell, I wish they all would have just stayed home. But they didn't. Yes, Kyle probably broke the law in that he was a minor open carrying a firearm. However, Kyle breaking that law does not mean he forfeits his right to self-defense if it is justified. Much the same way, if I'm a felon and have a gun and I use that gun to protect myself during a home invasion, I'm still going to go to jail, but not for murder. It'll be for me having a gun as a felon because my use of deadly force with that gun, even though it was illegal for me to have, was justified. And here, from the looks of it legally, this was justified. I don't like it because it resulted in people being shot, but legally, his use of force was justified. Because of this, I think Kyle is basically going to plead to the lesser charge of open carrying a firearm as a minor, but I do not see him being convicted of murder. You know how frightening it is to think about what happens in the moments and even days after you've had to use your gun in self-defense? When you first start carrying a gun for protection, it can be scary thinking about the psychological effects, potential jail time, and the court costs associated with the self-defense shooting. I've been there myself, hoping I never have to go through it, which is why I use concealed carry insurance with USCCA. As a USCCA member, you can mitigate, if not completely eliminate, the stress and financial burden of the legal battle you may face after a self-defense shooting. If you want to learn more, click the link in the description where I did a full review of this concealed carry insurance. However, there is a second link in the description where USCCA offers a 365-day money-back guarantee, which lets you try it out for a whole year. And if you don't like it, get all your money back. And to help further spread our two-way message, don't forget to like, share, comment, and hit the bell and subscribe button. Let my voice be your voice.